all throughout my life, I felt that I've always been a very good judge of character when it comes to Americans and Koreans. Here, I've surprised myself many times because when I met someone and I felt that this guy is perfect, and we signed a contract, and the guy just vanished.
You got me dancing in your store, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters.
When we first started out, I thought of it in like a more like a US mindset, that I would contact developers and say like, hey, like if you're looking for a job opportunity, let's grab some lunch and we'll talk over lunch, and then you can decide like whether or not you want to join. That's how we approached it. However, I felt that because we kept it so casual, and it made us look like we don't have everything together, we made the process much more formal, and I feel that that's another cultural difference. When we set up our initial core team, our interview processes were very similar to what we did in the US. We first had held like technical rounds where David, the CTO, gave technical interviews, and then he rated everyone on a score between 1 to 10. The tech interview scores did not really match people's performing capabilities here.
While they were working.
Yes. The initial hiring practice that we used overseas was like we asked more conceptual questions, because we assumed that if you know the stuff, that you would actually know how to code it. However, here, like I felt that there's a bigger
Yeah, that's what I told you, right? Because in India, what I think is that people read more and absorb more than coding. You know, coding is the last part which they do. Not all, but most of them. Like even for me, I know a lot of languages in theory, but I've never really coded them.
Yeah. So and that's why whereas in Seoul or in Silicon Valley, we focus more on asking conceptual questions, but here like we're shifting more to a more to giving out like development tasks, coding tasks.
Yeah, I think that's why we have like you'll see most of the Indian companies. The initial round is just a hacker rank round where they just want to see your analytical ability and how you are coming up with a particular algorithm or not. And then later they have their technical rounds where they talk to the person about all the nitty-gritty details of computer science. And then the last one is the HR one.
In recruitment, I feel that India is much more tougher than in the US.
You never know.
Because, exactly. Like, for instance, I felt that I've always been a very good judge of character when it comes to Americans and Koreans. Here, I've surprised myself many times because when I met someone and I felt that this guy is perfect, he's like technically capable, he has a very professional attitude, and his work ethic seems flawless, and he also seems to have a great personality, and I loved that person. Now, and we signed a contract, and the guy just vanished. Now, this sort of thing has never happened to me before. First, in that my assessment of that person, in the fact that my assessment of that person was completely wrong, and second, in that people would disappear, which is kind of difficult to think of overseas. What I'm saying is, like, here I feel that when you meet like a professional attitude, like the exterior professional attitude and the mismatch between an external professional attitude and an actual professional mindset is greater than overseas, I feel.
Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright. Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, You remember the flame, alright.